We're going to Xinjiang.
Xinjiang, biz keldik.
Yaks. Bolde. He's offering us more food. 我的妈呀，我不认识这个人。Oh, this one's bougie. There's a rug. We're here. I'm Catherine, an American living in a Chinese village with my boyfriend Asajan. We're saying goodbye to this cozy home for a couple months to travel across the country to his hometown, Kashgar. We went on one last hike on the mountain behind our house. I cannot believe that this is the same place that was covered in snow 1 week ago. We said goodbye to the neighbors and the chickens and the dogs and the goats. 不行，不能站起来。And then we departed for our 60-hour train journey. Yeah, I know planes exist, but hey, I am an avid train enthusiast and I was not going to pass up on this opportunity. Saying goodbye to my cute little house. We'll be back in a couple months. Our train to Kashgar actually departs from the neighboring city of Nanjing, and we didn't just choose Nanjing because of the superior train options. I also wanted to stop by and see my old friends, Aunt and Uncle Zhao. Just like me, they also live in a village, although it looks very different. It's actually an island in the Yangtze River. I met the Zhaos while I was getting my master's degree at Nanjing University, and even though I've already graduated, I still like to come back every once in a while and visit them. I'm here at Uncle Zhao's house, and we're looking at all of the new things that have been added because there's always something.
那个供的都是没用的嘛，它像废物利用嘛。
啊，这个可爱。
全是赵叔天天在家的自个儿做的，特别是春秋天的时候，知道你们喝茶。
开花了。
新花开的蛮好的。小虎干嘛？我就没养。
And of course, my personal favorite item, the toilet flower pot. It's not blooming right now because it's winter, but we'll come back in the spring.
太棒了，他做的。
特别好看。你看下面还有小爪子，你看。
我也想要这个，我想在我们围墙上搞点这个东西呢。
那个等春天来的时候。
要不然你围回来，然后剪个枝子给你。
And after our little side quest here on Bagua Island, it was finally time to head to Nanjing Station and get on that train. Will you look at that majestic green stallion? Beautiful! We actually didn't vlog much from the first night because by the time we got on the train, got all of our stuff situated, and finished our dinner, it was pretty much time for lights out. So we'll cut straight to our first morning on the train. Look at this beautiful thing. A more typical train meal would be instant noodles or something from the dining car. I wasn't really feeling either of those options, so I brought some cold cuts from Nanjing, and they were delicious. But there's only so long you can keep stuff fresh on the train, so I will be having noodles for dinner. Stay tuned. Having spent almost all of my 6 years in China in lush green Zhejiang and the neighboring province Jiangsu, which is also pretty green, these barren northwest landscapes are so alien and fascinating to me, and I love watching them out the window. So this trip to Xinjiang is going to be much longer than any other trip I've been on in the past.
And my family waiting Catherine's comments. My mom's so excited.
So I'm going to be getting to know his family properly, learning Uyghur beyond like some basic stuff, and also doing some traveling around in the region.
特别期待回老家。
So while we're here, let me show you guys around the train. Let's go on a little tour. Here is the little cabin thing that we're staying in. It has 3 levels. We are on the bottom. This is the very narrow hallway. Here is one of the many carts that come through the train selling miscellaneous items, snacks, stuff like that. Here is the sink zone where you can brush your teeth, wash your face, do all that stuff. Here is the hot water zone where you can get your water for your noodles, a few bathrooms. Here is the extra accessible restroom. Oh, this one's bougie. There's a rug. Okay, we're in the fancy cabin now. Check this out. They have a whole room dedicated to the sinks, and there's 4 beds in each cabin instead of 6. We're too cheap for these. And look, you can even close the door for extra privacy. And this is the dining car. Here's another one of those snack carts that they roll through every once in a while. Drinks on the bottom, snacks on the top. So if you're wondering on this ridiculously long train ride how we're staying entertained, well, we've got a pile of books here. And I was working on this one before we left, and I finished it while we were in the train. So I finished this entire book, and now we're working on the next book. And yeah, it's just a fun little way to work on my Uyghur, reading these little books. Dada, hikayene sözleşke başlattı. Baba 开始讲故事了。
好像偷你的是。
大头儿子，小头爸爸，认不认识？
他不认识。
这个现在是不是不流行了？
他都是跳这个跑步巴士。
So now it is time for my final meal here on the train because tomorrow we're arriving in Urumqi first thing in the morning. We can eat normal food in Urumqi, and then the last section is just an overnight ride, nothing else. So last train meal, finally having instant noodles, and I added some other stuff to it because instant noodles is a nutritionally empty meal. So I added beans, I added seaweed. I normally would add an egg, but we are on a train, so can't have your expectations too high. But I think it should be a pretty decent little meal here. So let's let this puppy soak for a little while, and we'll come back to it in a few minutes. So over here, we have this snowy mountain. The snack cart is coming through. And over there, you can't really see it that clearly, but there's another snowy mountain. Very nice view to enjoy my noodle dinner too. And you're probably like, where's his noodle dinner? He ate it like 3 hours ago.
I'm so excited. See the snow. Wow, definitely.
Just realized I forgot to film my noodle dinner. It was pretty good though. Now let's enjoy some Qinghai scenery. Yaks! Yak alert! Sheep! Horses! Donkeys! Love this alien landscape so much. Subject. It is quite late and train lights are going off at 10, so we have like 3 more minutes. So good night everyone, and tomorrow morning I'll see you guys in Urumqi.
Urumqi. Project. Present. The present.
关灯了。晚安，朋友们。Good night, everyone. Lights are out.
Have a good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Good morning, everyone. We are in Xinjiang. We are just 30 minutes away from Urumqi. It's actually 8 a.m. right now, but because the whole country is on the same time zone, 8 a.m. in Xinjiang is not the same as 8 a.m. in Hangzhou, that's for sure. 我们的邻居们都下车了，他们在吐饭下了吧？ The sun is rising. It looks like cotton candy. So we're gonna be able to spend a whole day in Urumqi eating regular food, wandering around, seeing a friend and a cousin, and then we're gonna be back on the train in the evening. So that makes this train journey like more enjoyable, honestly, because if you were just like on the train for 3 days straight, it does get annoying.
Welcome to Urumqi.
We're here in Urumqi at the butt crack of dawn. You know you're in the Northwest when you see the camel milk advertisements. The wall is lined with camel milk advertisements. The camel milk company bought out like every single ad space in the train station. We are actually on our way to find a hotel just for like 1 hour to take a shower because you cannot bathe in the train. And we also want somewhere to store our luggage that's right next to the train station so we don't have to like drag it around all day. So that is task number 1 here in Urumqi. There's our hotel. very easy to find, fortunately. One hour later, task completed. Now we're actually gonna go out and explore and get something for breakfast. And look at the snow! It snowed! First destination, Asajan's cousin's house, and we're getting there in this taxi that is literally more window than car. So Asajan's cousin's house is right back there in that neighborhood, but first we're gonna find something for breakfast. Lots of naans, but we ate a bunch of those on the train. We're waiting for our noodles, and I just had to show you guys this super extra clock on the wall. I don't know what it is about West China. People are still super into like traditional clocks. I barely see them anywhere in Hangzhou, but as soon as you cross into like the west side of the country, they're everywhere. 它来了. Hand pulled noodles. 哇，太漂亮了！哇塞。Once you get used to the texture of these hand-pulled noodles, you will never want a machine-pulled noodle ever again. Stopping at this adorable little fruit cart to buy some fruit because you can't show up empty-handed to someone else's house. He bought out like half the fruit stand, it feels like. John's cousin is about to come down and open the door for us. So just getting in my morning workout. Most of these little exercise machines are actually super simple and they're basically like zero effort, but this one is actually kind of like a good workout. It's leg day, y'all.
Sen ekmek etmeklerimiz var. Floors. 6 floors.
These old houses don't have elevators. He's on the top floor. Wow,
Gilem.
He can literally see his kid at school from outside the window. See, they already have all these dishes out with fruit on it and with naan, waiting for any guests who might happen to show up. And this is the seating area with little cushions. Everything is super bright and colorful. They have even more rugs than my house has. You can't see the floor anywhere in this house. Every single square inch is covered in rugs. They put a piece of sugar like this big in the bowl that's like this big. Nawat chai. This no nawat means back tone. 你沾茶吃这个？
对，我们就是这样吃。
Y'all, this tea is so sugary. It is indescribable. It's just like pure sugar. Like you can't taste the tea anymore. Now that the sugar has dissolved, it's like just sugar. The shop also has a super fancy over-the-top clock. And another West China classic, posters with fruit on them. Not just one, they actually have two.
It's me.
Oh my goodness, look at this new face. I don't even recognize him.
Handsome.
The task is complete. It's lunchtime. And of course, they have one of these. Second meal of the day, this amazing lamb soup. with bread, and this bread is actually rock hard because you're not supposed to eat it on its own. You're supposed to throw it in the soup and let it absorb it like a sponge. Bolde. He's offering us more food. He's like, have some lamb skewers. We're like, no. Too much food. Despite all the snow on the ground, once the sun came out, it was actually pretty pleasant outside, so we went for a stroll. Next destination, that mountain right there. There's a park. We're gonna go walk around. They're like, no padlocks on the fence, but all of the star-crossed lovers are doing it anyway. Of course, there's someone like awkwardly live stream dancing right in the middle of the park. We are back. Damn, will you look at this train station? This thing feels like an airport. Time for our third consecutive night on the train. Yağlılık sütüyle de var. Bağlamı kol yağlılık ne çıkırıp yeşil rağlık kuş ne orapto taşın çoşu orapto 抓了它吗 Asajan's uncle just video called me and I'm trying to respond, but the internet's terrible. Oh no! We're in the middle of a desert right now, so the internet kind of sucks out here.
Good morning, everyone, from the middle of the desert. We are 30 minutes away from Kashgar. Our train arrives at 8 a.m. There's absolutely nothing to look at the window. It is pitch black outside, and even if it wasn't, it's just a desert. There's just nothing out here. It's just the flattest desert I've ever seen in my entire life. The Taklamakan Desert. There's not even like a blade of grass in this desert.
We're here! 3 nights on the train later, we finally arrived in Asajan's hometown, Kashgar. It was a long journey indeed, but we saw lots of great scenery and even got a bonus trip to Urumqi. In the upcoming videos, we'll be spending a bit of time in the city and then heading to Asajan's family's village. Make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on this unique glimpse into one of China's most unknown regions. See you guys in the next video.